Hello all, welcome to another session in this course. As part of this session, I'm going to cover the next topic, that is varargs in JavaScript using REST parameters. We can create vararg kind of parameters for functions in JavaScript with the help of REST parameters. So let's get started. So the topic name here is REST parameters of functions in JavaScript will act like varags. So how to use this REST parameters? Let me explain this with practical demonstration. For this, rest-demo.js I'll write. And here, I'll create a function and function name, let's say fun A. And in this, if I create one parameter like A and write console.log of A, and if I call this, okay, this is a not normal function, traditional function, right? If I call this function A, I need to pass only one value. Here only one parameter is there, so I need to pass only one argument. Here only one argument I need to pass to this one parameter. Okay, if I run this code, clear, just give me a second. Then write node space rest hyphen demo dot js. You see, the file has been, argument 5 has been passed to the variable and the 5 got printed here. Now this is a normal parameter. What if in place of this normal parameter, if I use rest parameter like this with three dots followed by the parameter name will become a var kind of parameter, and this is called as a rest parameter in JavaScript. In this case, if you don't pass anything, while calling this function, also not a problem. This rest parameter will accept the values like it may be 0 arguments, 1 argument, 2 argument, any number of arguments, okay? There's no limit for how many arguments you want to pass, starting from 0. If you call this function with empty circular brackets without passing any arguments, an empty array will be passed here. To this rest parameter, what will be passed? Empty array will be passed. When you print this A, an empty array will be printed in the output console. Just see that first. You see, an empty array got printed in the output console. So what if I pass only one argument? An array containing a single element 5 will be passed to this rest parameter, like a var kind of stuff. And here when you print A, array containing single element will be printed. Now let me run this. An array containing a single element will be printed. What if I pass more values like, 5, comma 9, comma 7, comma 2, comma 8, comma 1, comma 6, like this if I pass, then clear this out and run this code and see that an array containing this many number of values 5, 9, 7, 2, 8, 1, 6. Okay. You see, ultimately when you call the function and pass some arguments, right? Those arguments will be passed to this particular rest parameter in the form of an array. Okay, it will be passed in the form of an array. What if I print something like a of 0? Okay, here A is like an array, right? If you pass this many number of elements, A is an array, right? And what is at the first index? Let's find it out. You see, 5 got printed. If I give A of 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2 should be printed now. You see, 2 got printed. And what I can otherwise do here is I can convert this, function containing this rest parameter as part of varargs, which will accept the arguments in the form of an array, into a arrow function. How to convert this into arrow function? Here I'll write fun a const, or let you can write const fun a is equal to, okay, and here I don't have to give any function name or something. You can write like this, and if only one statement is there without semicolon, if you want to put, you just can write simple like this, right? In the previous sessions I covered about the arrow functions, right? Hope you get it. Okay, simple like this is enough. Okay, so what will happen in this case? If I print a, all the elements which will be passed to this rest parameter in the form of an array containing all these elements. When you print it, array containing all the elements will be printed. Okay, so clear this out and run this code and see array containing all these elements like 5 and 7 2 8 1 6 will be printed. It's an arrow function. In arrow function also you can have the parameters as rest parameters, where it can take no more than one value in the form of an array. Okay. The arguments can be multiple. Zero to many arguments can be taken in the form of an array. If zero parameters, zero arguments, empty array. If more than one, more than zero means array containing the elements. Okay. Now here I have some notes. Let's see if I have any other things to be covered here. Yeah, you can. I think I remember that what you have to do. Otherwise, is you can also do something like this where uh, you can, because you see when you are passing this particular elements, and these elements will be passed to this rest parameter in the form of an array of elements. And with arrays, what you can do? With arrays, what you can do? You can perform some operations here. That is, you can simply say a dot a dot reduce. One of the predefined methods that we can use with arrays I am going to use. Okay, a dot reduce, and inside the reduce, I'll write something like initial value. I'll give it as 0, guys. Initial value I'll give it as 0, and apart from the 0, what I have to give here, the current, you know, we have to give some arguments here, uh, I'll say a comma c comma, okay, a comma c comma, then here I need to write down something that is, okay, here I need to write down initial value is equal to 0. Now here I need to write an expression here that is, so it will be returned, right? Whatever I am writing here, the reduce will convert this many number of elements into single element. Okay, how? So I just need to write a plus c. Let's see what will happen. So if I write something like this, guys, what will happen is initial value is 0, a will have 0, guys, then current element is what? 5 here in the array. The first element of the array is 5. So here 0 plus 5, c is 5 and a is 0. Initial value is 0. So 0 plus 5 will become 5. And now the callback function will be called, and current a will be like, the current a will be the result of this part, that is a plus c, that it will become how much? 5. And next is 5 plus 9, 14. Okay, it will become 14. This will become 14, and c will become 7. 14 plus 7, 21. Now this will become 21. 21 and then 2. 21 plus 2 will become 23. This will become 23. 23 plus 8, 31. This will become 31. 31 plus 1, 32. Then 32 plus 6, 38. Okay, finally 38 should be returned here. Okay, 38 should be returned when you call that function. And okay, so that's what should happen, guys. That's what should happen when you call the function. Let r is equal to, if I write like this, and if I write console.log, okay, r, if I print r, what will be printed? Let's run this and see. Okay, there is an error coming. I did have some mistake here. Okay, what is the mistake I have done? Let me check in my notes. The small mistake I have done. Why to waste the time? Maybe some syntax problem I have done. Did I reuse anything? Okay. Okay, I need to put that into the, sorry, I forgot. Okay. Here I need to put this into the like this. Okay. A, C, arrow function we have to give. Another arrow function we have to use here. Okay. In the reduce, we need to call this function. Okay. A, C, and A plus P, C is the result. Okay. That will be returned. Now run this. Clear. Now we got 38. What I thought. Okay. So here I did a mistake. I just put a comma instead of the arrow function, guys. I forgot to use this. That's okay. Reduce function I covered in the previous sessions, guys. If you remember, you can use it properly. So here we have to put the arrow function, guys. Okay. These are the parameters. Okay. A will be the initial value of the A will be 0 and the result of this will become next time, and C will be the current element in that array. Okay, current one by one element it will, this particular arrow function will be called for each and every element of the array, and this will be done. So this is how we can also use this kind of methods. There are a lot of methods in that we can use with arrays like reduce, map, and all those stuff. You can use any of them. Here I demonstrated only one. So with that note, we are done with this session, guys. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.